Welcome to Girl Talk. Thanks for joining us today. Are we a little bleary-eyed today? Did you stay up and watch the World Series?
I did. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Emily's really excited. You must be a Cubs fan.
Well, I'm a Cubs fan when the Brewers are losing, and they don't, so yeah, they're my second favorite. Yeah, it was a great game.
It's just neat that it's been, so long.
108 years. It's a big
8
deal.
years. How about you, Ellen? Who are you rooting for?
I didn't watch the whole game. I mean, I guess my family is Brewers fans, but you got to root for the people that are, so close to us here, even though they may
Unless
be
you're playing
right,
against
Janet?
them.
Yeah, unless you got to root for the people that are so close, yeah, right? what about you, Janet?
What? Okay, so
Moving on.
okay, so I had
didn't watch all the
$1
game.
and a piece of pumpkin pie on the Cleveland Indians. So yeah, I was rooting for the Indians.
Oh, wow.
Such a gambler.
I didn't know that about you, Janet. You wear your lace,
Am I going to get in
gambling.
trouble?
But I'm actually really I'm happy for either one. Did you see there was a 95-year-old player that was with the Indians back when they did win? So part of you is kind of like, oh, I kind of hope they win it for this guy that's there.
Yeah.
But then again, with the Cubs being over 100 years since they won, I'm good with either one.
Yeah.
So
Yes. It was a historical game and fun to watch.
It was quite a game, absolutely. So today we're at the Great Dane Brewing Pub and Brewery, and this one's in Fitchburg. They have one downtown and one on the east side.
East side, yep, Cottage Grove Road, and then Hilldale as well.
All right.
So they have a ton.
Yes.
They're all over
Oh my
the place.
gosh.
I've never been to this one before. This is my first time, but it
It's
is
beautiful, isn't it?
gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, the bar is beautiful.
Yes. They have lovely lunch too. I've come here for lunch during a work day, and I would suggest it. It's very nice. It's
There's
close to
steak
where we
salad
come from.
is
so
where it's at.
Absolutely.
But actually today we're talking cocktails.
Yeah.
And you guys really perked up when we mentioned cocktails.
Well, right, for lunch. Oh, I mean, for dinner.
Whatever meal.
Whatever meal. They have great cocktails at the
do.
Great Dane. We're going to be wowed and surprised by some of their special ingredients and new things on the horizon for cocktails, because some people know the Great Dane for their beer and food. So this is new fun information for everyone to have.
So I have a question for all of you. Do you guys have a favorite drink or beverage that is your go-to every time you go out to eat? Because I do.
Well, tell us about it first, Ellen, please.
I like vodka sodas. That's my drink of choice with a little bit of lemon. That's what I like. I try to mix it up
classy.
though. I end up always going back to it, but I should try to mix it up more. I do the same thing though when I buy the same meals. I know I like something and I get the same thing, which I wish I didn't do that.
Not a
That's
risk
good to
taker.
know.
I'm not. I should though.
But then you won't be disappointed. You know,
Yeah.
you go out to eat, if you don't get to go out very much, it's nice to know what you want and get what you want and be pleased and go home feeling
I
satisfied.
try to force myself though to try something new.
good.
You
So
guys
how
have a
about you
go-to?
Gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic.
Classic.
Yeah.
Emily?
I would say rum and cokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all over the board here.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm a Diet Coke.
Just a Diet Coke. Okay.
I like to save my calories for cookies. Extra ice.
That's a good point. Extra
All righty.
ice in the Coke.
Some of the other folks we're going to meet with today, Habitat for Humanity, you've heard of them. How about learning a little bit more about them? Maybe getting involved as an individual or a group, an organization,
Yes.
or even a business. But coming up next, we have the Soap Nut Lady.
Love her.
She is passionate about her nature's miracle of soaps and cleanings and keeping you toxic free in your
Yes.
cleaning endeavors.
Absolutely.
We're going to meet up with her next. We'll be right back right after this.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are joined now by the one and only Peggy McCullen. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
We
I'd
love
to
having
play with you
the
guys.
Soap Nut Lady. And I should add too, we're at the Great Dane today in Fitchburg and we'll be chatting with them a little bit later. Obviously you can tell it's some new scenery today, which is always fun. But let's get back to the soap nuts first.
All right.
First and foremost. So I want to ask you, this is kind of a weird question. Would you eat your laundry detergent?
Exactly. I should have taken pictures of people's faces when I asked them that, because it's like, oh. But they don't understand, being the acupuncturist, the skin is the largest organ of the body and everything's absorbed. So you wear it,
Right.
you sleep in it, you dry in it. So you should be able to eat it. And you could eat everything here.
Oh, so maybe not a weird question.
No, that's very
maybe
good.
the best question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Breakfast while you do your laundry.
Yeah, on your Cheerios, or add a few soap nuts in there.
So would you say then that this is nature's cure to the chemicals that we're currently using?
Absolutely. It's nature's answer to the petrochemicals. And I'm not supposed to say that, but those big name brand companies are using things that are hurting us. You know,
Sure.
we have so much psoriasis, we have a lot of hormonal challenges and endocrine problems, and it's because of what's being absorbed all the time, every day.
Sure
Makes
does
sense.
go in a circle.
It
Everything
is, and it's hurting
connected.
our earth, and that's the main thing. We've got to stop this. You know, we can all talk about it,
Right.
but we actually have to put action behind it to make it better.
Right.
So far, in a nutshell,
Sorry.
One nut at a time.
Janet.
That was a very boom bump.
In a nutshell. So let's see. Ellen is holding the ones that you can use for your laundry.
Or your concentrate.
Elise.
I've got pods with aloe.
Okay, so those are laundry pods for folks that really like those convenient pods. And I'm holding
The dishwasher.
ones for your dishwasher.
And you just add vinegar with those instead of using the blue stuff. You use these and the white vinegar instead.
so you don't have spots.
No, so there's no, the petrochemicals dry on your glasses and in your dishes, and then you put your food on there, it's reconstituted, and then you consume it. And that's what causes a lot of problems. So like I said before, I mean, you could eat all of this, and the worst that would happen is you'd have some poop hands, but then you could wash them with your soap nuts.
So you'd be good to go. So I want to ask you too, you guys also make kind of a bath and body bar.
Yes, we do.
Which I've used, I'm a big fan of it. Do you really think it can replace everything in the shower for
It
somebody?
has for me for 5 years now.
Yeah, because haven't you said skin, you can use this bar on your
I
hair.
wash my hair with it, wash my body with it. We've got a great commercial of one of your folks shaving with it.
Awesome.
It's great to shave with. It makes the skin soft. It doesn't, especially for sensitive skin. It's a
Seems like
great
that would
thing.
be a great idea for travel, so you have less
It is.
or fewer
Yeah.
things
It
to
is.
cart along,
That's
right?
a good point.
Good point. Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
So is it true that there's a company now in Madison that's cleaning homes completely organically?
Yes, they're
Okay.
Integrity Cleaning Products.
Wow.
And she came because of all my arm stuff. Remember when I had the cast
Yep,
and all that
sure.
stuff? Well, somebody had to come and clean my house, and I was fortunate enough that one of her ladies was off that day. And so I asked them to leave their chemicals outside and clean my house with the products that I have, and she was so impressed that they decided they wanted to be organic.
Oh,
so we have an organic
congratulations.
cleaning company. Yeah,
That
they're
is so
residential
neat.
as well as commercial.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
That's good testimony if these are people in the cleaning industry and they know what works and what doesn't work.
Oh.
Right.
And if they're liking that. So if people want to give this a try. Oh,
Yes.
you have a demo for us?
I was just bringing my little nuts in the jar to show you what it does.
Look at that suds.
And especially if you have your HE machines and you can't close your door and you're tired of that, this will absolutely guaranteed get rid of it so that you can close your door on your HE front load.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, let's tell folks where you are because your product is in more and more stores.
No, well, we're in Baraboo at the Granary. We're at the Hy-Vee on Whitney Way and East Washington. I'm down in Festival Foods in Janesville, soon to be in Madison. And we're also at Yahara in Stoughton.
Wow.
And then
All
we're in
over the
other
place.
states, but that's not relevant.
All different locations, many different places to pick up this
Absolutely.
stuff. Great holiday gifts too if you're wondering what to get somebody.
is.
So be sure to check them out. Again, the SoapNet Lady, this is Peggy McClellan. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much, ladies.
We love having you.
I
And we'll
love
be back
being
with
with
more
you.
Girl Talk right after this.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're filming today Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company. This is in Fitchburg, their Fitchburg location. Later on, we're going to talk winter cocktails, 'tis the season.
That would be fun.
Yes,
Excited for that.
I think so. But right now, we're meeting with some folks from Habitat for Humanity. Thanks for joining us today. This is Laura Mail, and it's nice to meet you.
Nice to be here. Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, you know, Habitat for Humanity, we've sure all heard about it. And I was looking at a map of Dane County. I'll just throw my notes on the floor.
Whatever works.
You have 249 homes. I know I've sure heard of you guys. We all have.
Yeah.
Wondering how long you've been in operation.
Yeah, so Habitat for Humanity International started in 1976. They've built over 400,000 homes and helped over 2
Hard to
million
imagine.
people. I know, it's insane, isn't it?
Let's repeat that number, 400,000.
Yeah,
Wow.
5 zeros.
That's
my
really,
gosh.
really
yeah.
neat.
And then in Dane County, like you said, we're closing in our 250th home.
That's just in Dane County.
Just in,
That's
I know,
so
just our little
incredible.
space.
Well, congratulations and thank you for all your hard work.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what you do and how it all works, because I mean, I'm sure there's so much work that goes in behind the scenes to make that amount of homes. It's incredible.
Yeah, it is pretty. It's pretty insane to watch it every day. So you know, we work through volunteer workers on the construction sites. And then through donations of money and materials, we work alongside our partner families to create affordable housing. So our families put in work right there on the job site.
What an incredible experience.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
To be a part of it, actually.
So Laura, what is one thing viewers watching at home was very important that they should know?
Yeah, I think viewers should know that our homes are not free. Our families pay fair market value for their homes, but they get a 0% interest loan. So we're the bank, we don't charge them any interest, and they make a payment that's only 25% of their household income. So that's what really makes it affordable.
Wow.
And like you said, they're also involved in the actual construction, correct?
Right, correct.
Okay, so if individuals like us would like to get involved, how does that work?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways and a lot of different things you can do to get involved. Of course, you can work on a construction site, or we have all sorts of committees and groups. You can use your professional experience, your personal experience, bring it to the table and help us continue to be successful. Then we have some other fun teams like our green team. If you're a landscaper, you can come out and help our families landscape. There's just all sorts of incredible, insane things you can do.
I would love to see Janet in a hard hat.
Yeah,
I could do it. I could
like
do
a
it.
sledgehammer
Let's do
or
it. Let's
something.
sign you up.
So even if you don't have construction experience, you can be useful.
Yeah, absolutely. They taught me how to put a window in a house. So if I can do it, you girls can do it.
Awesome.
Excellent.
What would you say is your biggest need right now for Habitat?
Yeah, I think our biggest need is just to get the word out there and for people to really understand how our program works. And so we do that through what we call Habitat Ambassadors. You get inspired and want to do something, and you bring 10 of your friends into something we call a dream tour. You learn about our mission, you meet a family, you hear family stories. We don't ask you for any money, we just want to get you engaged and involved. You get 10 people in, and then you move on to the next thing, and we get another ambassador in.
That's
just
really
fantastic.
cool.
Just the fact that you've been around for so long tells us that you've got it nailed.
Yeah.
Pardon the expression,
I
right?
love it. I see what you did there, Janet.
No, you're organized. You know how to make this work.
Yeah, real quick before we go, we don't have much time, but how do big businesses and organizations get involved with Habitat?
Yeah, so we have all sorts of different types of sponsorships, from just bringing your group on site and helping build to doing what we call frame up, which is we actually build frames in parking lots. So if you have a parking lot big enough, we can go there and do it, or we'll find a space. And then up to sponsoring a whole house for $90,000 and then everything in between. So.
Wow.
Anybody
Really
and
make a
everybody can
contribution,
get involved
sure.
in some way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. Alrighty. Well, again, this is Laura Mayle. She's with Habitat for Humanity. Thank you so much. I know I've learned more right here in just our little talk.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
thank you.
We'll be right back. We're talking winter cocktails next.
Hello and welcome back to Girl Talk. We are so excited to be here at the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company in Fitchburg, and we are delighted to be here with Mr. Dario Tesmer, the Assistant General Manager here in Fitchburg, correct? Or of everything?
I'm downtown. most of the
Downtown.
time, yeah.
So we're in,
But I
we're
do
in
work
familiar
it.
waters here, but unfamiliar space. Okay, all right. He is going to join us today on Girl Talk, and thank you again for being here and
Absolutely.
having us.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to talk about your winter cocktail menu, right? We're going to get
Yeah.
warmed up. It's getting a little cool outside. Very happy to hear about it. So first of all, let me go back. How did you get your start in the service industry, Dario?
I started a while back, actually at Old Chicago on the west
Oh,
side.
sure.
There I started as a busboy, moved on to host and serve, but also worked in the back of the house as well. So it was kind of launched me into the entire service industry. So after that, I lived out in Arizona for about 4.5 years. And that's where I fully started bartending. And then when I moved back to Madison, I got hired downtown.
Okay.
So
talking about your winter cocktails, which kind of blows my mind because Great Dane is known for their iconic craft beer, but you also have all of these handcrafted cocktails and like an extensive full bar. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, when people come in, not everybody's palate is just for beer
Sure.
or just for wine. So you want to make sure that your guest is going to enjoy themselves and not just be kind of pigeonholed into just one or two items. Our cocktails are really fun, and they're a little bit more than just one or two parts. So the recipes that we've come up with, along with Breakthrough Beverage, are really fun for the winter, moving forward. So
I wouldn't doubt anything else from coming from the Great Dane.
I love that though, because I know me personally, I'm not a huge beer person, but cocktails are so fun to explore different flavors and tastes, and you're going to try something different every time in different places you go, so that's
Right.
really cool. But as far as trends go in the cocktail world, I guess, what are you guys seeing there?
a lot of it's like when craft beer first started.
Sure.
You look at the materials, and it's not just one variety of hops. And with the cocktails, it's not just a gin and a tonic or just a vodka and a cranberry. You're moving forward with a lot of different materials being blended together, a lot of different flavors that people years ago would have never thought to put together.
Right.
So you're giving your guest a new experience.
Yeah.
Exactly. Very cool. Keep it fresh.
I have dabbled in the bartending world.
Okay.
I won't explain too much about that, another conversation for another time, but I know it was always fun to kind of have fun back there, especially in a slow moment, and mix something up fun and try like a new drink on somebody who's, just happens to be the lucky one sitting at the bar. So in light of that, I bet you do that too. So I think maybe just rather than the gin and the tonic, you might have something more exciting. So is there like secret ingredients that you have just for the Great Dane, or just you maybe? Like tell us about that. Break the secret out. That's what we're here for.
There are.
Revealed.
I can't give everything away, but there are. Yes, every bartender has a little something behind the bar that they'll pull out when they really need to. Or they have somebody who's like, oh, I've already had that. I've already had this. Some of the materials that we'll use. We had a drink this summer that involved basil and pepper, and you would have never really thought to put that into a cocktail. So when I sat down with a gentleman, a friend of mine, then when we were putting all these together, it was like, what can we kind of wow people with? So,
Absolutely. Well, if it tastes good, it might taste really good in a drink, just like it might taste really good in food. You might just try it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. If you have fresh ingredients like basil, I think people get excited about that. So that's fun. Okay, one secret ingredient.
Speaking of food, you guys have a great menu here, and we know that beer and food go great together. But what about these signature cocktails?
Well, it's a couple of them that really jump out to me. Beer pairings and wine pairings are, I don't want to say they're easy,
Sure.
but with some of these drinks, like the Great Scott is a little bit stronger. And so with that, you could pair it with maybe a heavier meal. Moving into winter, we all don't necessarily want salad all the time.
Right
now.
That's just not
Thank
what
you
we
for
do.
saying so.
At the time.
And then there's another cocktail that I'll make in a little bit that goes great with dessert. So we didn't necessarily shape the cocktails around the food, but there are some definitely good pairings that are out there. So
Absolutely.
it's really nice to move people away from not just beer, but also having a cocktail while they eat dinner. Maybe because they're only going to have one.
Right.
So
Sure.
might as well match it up with a good meal.
Yeah, that's nice that you guys are so knowledgeable, because I've found myself before when I go out to eat and I'm like, I don't know what's going to go good with this. And it's nice when you can ask somebody, ask your server, ask your bartender, and they have that experience.
Yeah, we like to make sure that our staff is well trained
Yeah.
And so that anybody could walk in and say, and we actually try to offer it before you even have to ask. We can
Ooh,
recommend
I like
something
that.
will go well with, with say a sandwich that you're having. And
Sure.
we're going to try to sneak in the fact, well, hey, you might want to try this cocktail because it does complement it.
Right.
So we try to make sure that everybody's knowledgeable.
Sure.
Snuck a cocktail in on me.
Yeah. Oh, it's lunch.
Right, exactly. So what do you guys have on the horizon as far as cocktails go, or anything unique up your sleeve over at the Great Dane that people may not be expecting?
I think it goes back to some of the ingredients, and if you look at the actual drinks, there's always more than one liquor or more than one fresh juice. There's definitely a combination of a lot of things that go in together. That's a little bit more complex than just your rum and Coke. So
Mixing something up.
yeah,
it's more than
and
that.
this day and age in cocktails, they've made it so that you can batch it out so that your drinks may have 5 or 6 different ingredients, but they're all combined, and it makes it quite easy for the bartender to make these drinks and not have it take 10, 15 minutes.
Oh.
So
That's important too, because sometimes, that'll deter people, I think, if they're like, oh, am I going to have to wait, 10 minutes or something? But when it's quick and it tastes good and it's unique,
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the trifecta of cocktails,
Yeah.
right?
Well, and also
Did
the
I just invent
experience,
something?
because when you come to a great bar like the Great Dane, whether it's in Fitchburg or the East Side, I haven't been to the one on the West Side, but you want an experience, and to have a great cocktail that you've never tried before, you're going to remember that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One
I
time,
mean,
please go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. No, I mean, we want people to come back
Yeah.
and say, you know what, not only do they have great beer, but I also had a really amazing drink while I was there.
yeah.
So that's what we're trying to offer.
That's why you guys are iconic.
Exactly.
Right? That's
And
why
it's
people
good to
know
get this
you.
information out there. Surprise, surprise. Wonderful beer, wonderful service, beautiful environments, awesome cocktails, and again, awesome food. So
Everything you need.
Everything unique, everything you need. Thank you again for joining us on Girl Talk. Thank you for having us at the Great Dane.
Love it here.
Dario Tesmer, I said that correctly,
Yes,
right? Thank
absolutely.
you for being here with us. Thank you again for joining us on Girl Talk and being at the Great Dane. And catch us next time on Girl Talk.